As I was driving here to Mississippi today, I thought about who paved this road. Not physically, but who paved it with their courage and insight and commitment. Mamie Till-Mobley was one of them.
It's my opinion that the guilt begins with Mrs. Bryant, and I want to see Mrs. Bryant punished, her husband, and any other persons that were in on this thing.
Mamie Till-Mobley has to be basically smuggled into Mississippi, because if they find out where she's going or who she is, her life is at risk.
Getting us there was almost like traveling the Underground Railroad in reverse, with conductors and safe houses along the way. The word was that some officials would pass along license plate numbers to Ku Klux Klan members who would lay in wait on dark, lonely roads.
She came down here knowing that they were going to get away with it. She had to.
The two men admitted kidnapping Emmett, so they were already in jail in Greenwood for the kidnapping. But they said that when they took Emmett to Bryant's wife, she said he wasn't the boy that had insulted her, so they let him go and told him to go back home.
I was ready to testify that I knew my son, that I had recognized him, identified him. Maybe even in Mississippi there would be 12 people who would consider the testimony of a grieving mother.
Every lawyer in this county, from what I understand, volunteered to defend Milam and Bryant.
All 5 lawyers joined together to be the defense team. And 2 of them especially were friends of ours. And it just infuriated me because to me, that was saying to the whole world that every white person, at least in Sumner, was defending these 2 men for this horrible crime.
I remember now there were little jars in stores where people could put in money for the Milam and Bryant Defense Fund.
I think that most people thought that they had killed him. I think most people thought that they would not be convicted for it.
My father was one of the 3 lawyers that prosecuted Mr. Milam and Mr. Bryant for murdering Emmett Till. I grew up in a little town of Ripley, Mississippi. I was 7 years old, and I remember my mother being very, very scared and uncertain about what was going on.
They were going to turn the murder of my son into a case of self-defense. Defense of the Mississippi way of life.
It was all-white male jury back in those days.
A jury is made up of registered voters, and Mississippi had gone out of its way through violence to remove all of the Black registered voters. So Black people were kept out of the jury pools. It was also understood that an all-white male jury had the social responsibility to return a verdict that would fall in line with the mores of Southern life.
Most white men had white women on a pedestal.
And you must protect white women from Black men.
It's an interesting way to think about the competing agendas and roles that these 2 women play in this trial. The mother of Emmett Till, the slain victim, and Carolyn Bryant, the white woman who is claiming victimhood.
There is this collision course between where this country is going and where it's been. Is white supremacy going to be maintained? Is the white woman going to stay on her pedestal? Is the Black person supposed to be at the bottom and stay there? All of these things are on trial.
I was determined to go to the trial and hear what was said.
I was 23 years old, and it was my first assignment covering the Emmett Till murder trial for The Nation magazine.
It got huge press coverage. We had reporters all the way from London and every newspaper in the United States.
There was a crowd around the courthouse during the whole trial. It was like a circus. There were people selling lemonade and people renting lawn chairs.
And as we were standing there, a car parked, and a lady and a gentleman got out. She was very attractive, dressed well. She walked up, getting ready to go in. The reporter said, "Are you Mamie Till?" She said, "Yes, I am."
It felt like we had walked into hell. There was no protection arranged for us. I kept looking around expecting to have somebody, federal marshals, the FBI, anybody, but we were on our own.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.